Hello, this is Donna Gray here, your Stampin' Up demonstrator from the Northern Rivers area in New South Wales, Australia, bringing you a combination of cards today. I wanted to show you how I can use my Stamparatus to make multiple cards and how our Stamparatus tool really helps out and makes it a lot easier to do more than one card. So I'm going to use the Wishing You Well stamp set, and I'm also going to use Sentiment Thank You out of the Love What You Do stamp set. Now these cards are actually going to, I have an in color club, and these cards are actually getting sent for my in color club participants. So I've pre-cut all of my pieces. I've got my in-color pieces. I've got some Whisper White pieces. I've got some smaller Whisper White pieces that I'm going to use the beautiful leaf image, and we're going to stamp it with the leaf image and the flowers, and I'm just going to show you how we can stamp multiple ones of these. Okay, so the main thing, I'll turn that around so that I can actually get that in camera. So the main thing, what we're going to do is we're going to line this up at the same spot every time we line it up. Okay, so I'm lining it up here with the 2 centimeters here and that first one of the double lines so that we know exactly where that's going to sit. So then we're going to line up our stamp exactly where we want to stamp our image. Okay, so I'm going to use one of the magnets just to hold that piece of cardstock in place. Now these are very strong magnets, so they will definitely hold everything in place for you. Okay, so now as you'll notice, I've got the hinge down this side and I'm going to pick up my stamp. The reason why I'm doing that, if I had the hinge on this side here and I tried to stamp over, sometimes this side of the stamp, if it's close to the hinge, doesn't stamp properly. So what I wanted to do is make sure that I don't have a hinge side where it's close to the edge. Okay, so I'm going to, with some Sahara sand, I'm going to ink up my image, and it is always advisable just to pop the stamp pad underneath. So I'm going to ink that up, flip it over and stamp it down. Remove that one, pop another one in, as I said, on the 2 centimeters on that double line, ink up my stamp and down. Okay, so I've actually got to make 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of these. So I'm just going to do the 6 in this video for you. I'm going to make multiples of these as thank you cards, also for my customers that have purchased through my online store. So, but this one's for my in color club. So as you can see, very, very easy. You just keep placing them right in that same spot, and you don't have to move your stamp. You just have to ink up your stamp and down. Okay, so that's 4. One more on that 2 centimeter on that second line again, ink it up and stamp down. Okay, so we have 5 of them. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to leave that stamp there because I'm going to want to do more later on. So I'm going to turn it around. Now I'm going to line up the flower stamp, which I just want the flower stamp to go right in the middle there like that. So I'm going to push that down and pick up my stamp. Okay, so now I'm going to use the in colors to stamp here. So the first one I'm going to do is our pineapple punch. So I'm going to ink up those flowers and stamp it down. Okay, so there we have a beautiful flowered image. Okay, so now I'm just going to use my chamois just to chamois off that stamp so I can change my colors. The next color I'm going to do is Grapefruit Grove. So I'm going to ink up those flowers. I'm going to pop that back in at 2 centimeters And on that second line, stamp down my flowers. Okay. Now I need 2 of those, so I'm going to stamp that down. Pop that again, re-ink it, and stamp. Okay. And then I need, actually no, I need an extra one, so I need to stamp another one of those. I've miscalculated with how many I wanted. Okay, so pop that down. I'm going to clean my stamp again. Now, you may be wondering with the colouring that I'm using here with these flowers. And in all respect, it's crafting. I believe flowers can be any colour that we want them to be. So we have beautiful blue flowers. So, and that was the blueberry bushel. So I'm going to line that one up again. I'm going to ink that up again. Now, I have miscalculated because I need to do a Call Me Clover one as well. So I'm going to pop another one of my pieces of cardstock. I'm going to clean that first before I go anywhere. And I'm just going to flip this around again. So this is how you're going to see how easy it is to turn it around. Okay, I'm going to get my Sahara sand, ink it up, stamp it down, turn it around. Okay, I'm going to grab the Call Me Clover ink pad, ink that up, and stamp it down. Okay, so there we have straight away 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 beautiful flowers that we're doing. Okay, so the next thing, we have another spare acrylic plate. So what I want to do now is actually line up the bow on these. So I'll start with our pineapple punch one. Line it up again, 2 centimeters, and that second row. Okay. Now, the bow image that we have, I want to place that exactly where I want it to be. So I'm thinking about there. Okay, so I'm going to pick that up. Okay. Now, with my pineapple punch, I'm going to ink that up. And I'm going to stamp it down for my flower. For my bow. So there we have a cute bow. So I'm going to bring in my Mango Melody. Sorry, not Mango Melody. Oh my Lord. Grapefruit Grove. I'm going to clean off that bow. I'm going to grab my Grapefruit Grove ink pad, ink up my bow, and stamp it down. Now, I'm not real happy with how that's stamped. You can see I've missed a bit of that corner of the bow, so I'm just going to ink that up again, stamp it down. And that's much better. So now my next one, which is the Grapefruit Grove one again. Okay, ink it up. And down. We've got a gorgeous bow again. Okay, so I'm going to clean my stamp off, and I'm going to grab my Call Me Clover. I'm going to ink up my bow, pop my Call Me Clover card there, stamp it down. So as you can see, this Stamparatus is making this such an easy job. In, clean off the bow, ink it up with my blueberry bushel, stamp it down. Wow, that one is super, super nice. I love the Sahara sand and the blueberry bushel. That is simply gorgeous. Got one more of those. ink it up, and stamp it down. Okay, so there we have our 6 feature features of our cards all stamped and ready to go. So I'm just going to pop the Stamparatus out of the way now. Okay, so I have some white cardstock here. So I'm going to do, I need a scrap piece of paper. I'll pop these ones aside. So this is how I normally do a production line of multiple cards. So I'm going to need 6. Seen I miscalculated before. So 2 blueberry bushel, 2 grapefruit grove, a pineapple punch, and a call me clover. Okay. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the circular ring, this one here, the reef stamp, and I'm going to use my Sahara sand, and I'm just going to create a background for the cards. So just randomly stamping, no rhyme or reason. So this is just creating a lovely background, just to take that stark white look off back. So I'm going to do that to all 6 of them. So the reason I've got this scrap piece of paper is just so that I can stamp off, and it's really nice when your images stamp off the page. Okay, so that's number 2. Now none of these are going to look the same, and that's okay. I'm okay with that. Okay, 3. Two more to go. So as you can see, you can do much more with this wreath stamp than just using it as a wreath. Okay. And you'll see when these cards come together what I'm doing here with this background. Okay, so that's the 5 of those done. Take that out of the way. All right, now I'm going to bring in the Stamparatus again because I want to line up the thank you on this card. So once again, I'm going to bring in the Stamparatus. I'm also going to bring in the foam mat because the next stamp that I'm using is a photopolymer stamp. So it's one of the clear stamps. So we have a foam mat on purpose. So, so that it will give us the give like we need when we're using a photopolymer stamp. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to line that up where I want that thank you to be. And I've buttered my card up against the corner. So I know exactly where I'm going to put my cardstock every time I pop that thank you on. Okay, I'm going to turn this plate around because I've got one spare edge left. I'm going to pick that up, and the cardstock will stick because it's a photopolymer stamp, but because we're butting it up in that corner there, we know exactly where it's going to go. Now, the only one that I'm a bit worried about is the pineapple punch one. So I don't know whether the pineapple punch one's going to come out. So I'm going to do this Grapefruit Grove. Thank you. Okay. So just a little thank you down in the corner. So I need 2 of those. So I'll take 2 of my sheets of cardstock. I'll ink that up again and stamp it down. Okay. Now I'm going to change the ink color. So I'm going to clean that once again. And I'm going to bring in my Call Me Clover and do the Call Me Clover one. Okay, line that up in there again, grab the Call Me Clover and stamp that down. You'll see the Call Me Clover way better. Okay, so thank you in that corner. Pop that one out, another one in. I'll clean that again as I want to use my blueberry bushel this time. So I'll clean that with my chamois, blueberry bushel, ink it up, stamp it down. Okay, last one, ink it up and stamp it down. Now, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a darker color than our Sahara Sand for the Pineapple Punch one, because the Pineapple Punch is definitely not going to stand out on that one. So I think I'm going to use our Early Espresso for the Pineapple Punch one. And as you can tell, yes, I get inky fingers when I do this. I have great plans for my Stamparatus to actually get some tiny little of the ink spots happening. I'm getting there. I've slowly got some, but just for the purpose of today. So I think that one's going to be fantastic for that. Okay. So now it's just a case of putting these cards together. So I'm going to take the Stamparatus out of the way. Okay. And I'm going to bring in all of my pieces. So I have this one here. I have all of these focal points. And I have some layers for the focal points. So what I'm going to do is with my Tombow, I'm going to grab my blueberry bushel. And I'm just going to glue these with my liquid glue. The reason why I'm choosing the liquid glue is it gives you some wiggle room, and I've left a fine border all the way around these focal points. So as you can see, you've got room to wiggle it and move it around. I'll grab my next blueberry bushel one. Tombow. Now, all of the items that I'm using in this video today can be purchased through my online store. If you haven't got a Stamparatus tool, it is a must in your craft room. As you can see, it has saved me so much time today being able to do some repetitive stamping. Now, the beauty of our Stamparatus is the plates, the acrylic plates are able to be moved around in all different directions. You're able to do repetitive stamping going down the page as well. So if you wanted to do a row of bows going down your cardstock, you can just pop your stamp on your Stamparatus and you just move the hinge to the next hinge and you get another stamping area. So it is a wonderful tool to have in your craft room. I would be lost without my Stamparatus. So especially coming up to Christmas time when you want to do all your Christmas cards and things. And this helps me when I'm doing my customer appreciation cards. As you can tell, I have lots and lots of cards to do. So it makes my job so much easier. Okay, so I have those all glued down. The next job I'm going to do is fold all of my bases in half. Okay, so with a bone folder, I'm going to fold those in half. And with my bone folder, I'm going to crease them nicely. Another way of folding your cardstock and getting them nice and even also is using the edge of your trimmer and butting your cardstock up against the edge of your trimmer, which makes life so much easier. So the Call Me Clover, the Pineapple Punch, and you may be wondering, out of these in colours, I am missing a colour, and that is correct, I am missing the Lovely Lipstick. But because it was such a popular colour in my in colour group, a lot of the ladies wanted the Lovely Lipstick first out of all of their colours. So how the in colour group works, and you can join at any time. I take on new members anytime. If you wanted to get the collection of all the in colours and everything that goes with them, I actually do an in colour club. And so what actually happens is, over a period of 5 months, you gradually purchase every colour that's available with everything in it. So you get an ink pad, you get an embossing powder, you get Stampin' Right marker, you get some beautiful little binder clips, you get some ribbon, you get some cardstock, A4 cardstock cut in half. You get 4 sheets of that, so you end up with 8 card bases. You also get the Designer Series paper that comes with the in colour Designer Series paper. So you get 8 sheets of that. So what actually happens is, every month you just collect 1 colour. So if you are interested in participating in my in colour club, it's an ongoing club that people can join at any time. And once you've done your 5 months, you'll have all of the collection and your club will be done and dusted. So if you are interested, please, down in the bottom you will find an information, you'll find the link to my website, and you will also find the link to my member clubs. If you go over to the member club section on my website, you can read all about it, or you can just use the link if you decide that you want to sign up and go for it. Now, I don't make any money out of my in colour club. Yes, you do have to pay postage for me to post everything out to you, but I do not make any money. All you do is you pay the retail price for the in colour products, and it just gets divided over the 5 months. So it's just a great way, if you're on a budget, of slowly collecting all the colours in the in colour club. So as you can see, these cards are coming together now, and I've got a lovely 1/4 inch border all the way around on my card bases. But this is a beautiful stamp set, and it can be used for so many different occasions. It can have a Christmas feel to it by using the wreath like a Christmas wreath, or, as you can see, a beautiful thank you card. So it's a stamp set that you can purchase and you'll have it for all seasons. And I thought, what a perfect stamp set. I can do my in colour cards for my in colour club. So, and the in colour club, you get a handmade card from me, designed using the colour that you get that month. So that's why I'm doing these all in the in colours. Okay, so now I'm just going to grab some dimensionals and pop that the fronts on, the focal pieces. So just on the back of all of these, I'm going to turn them all over and I'm going to pop some dimensionals on, all in one go. Now this is the best and the easiest way when you're doing a production line. Do one job at a time and do the whole lot of the pieces, and that one job all in the whole lot of the pieces. There's something about mass producing cards like this. It's so satisfying to think that at the end of sitting down to your crafting session, you've got to get all your stamps and your ink, or your stamps inky anyway, so you may as well get it inky for 6 cards at once rather than just 1 card. You still got to clean your mess up after, whether you make 1 card or whether you make 6 cards. So I'm pretty practical when it comes to making my cards, and as I said, this is all of my cards then made for my in colour club members, all done and dusted, ready to go. Okay, one more to go. Okay, so now I'm just going to take the backings off those. And pop it on the front of my card. But what a super, super cute looking card that is. So that's one. Bring in my next one. And as you can see, this has not taken very long. Here we are, 25 minutes, and we will have 6 cards finished. So probably 25 minutes, maybe 30 minutes, and we will have 6 completed cards. So that's card number 2. Bring in my Call Me Clover. Now, if I wasn't changing colours, I could do this much, much quicker. If I was just doing the one colouring, I could power through this in probably half the time, because you wouldn't have the cleaning of your stamps in between. So just remember, if you wanted to do multiple and your time is limited, if you kept the colouring to one colour, you wouldn't have an issue. You could do it way quicker. And you probably wouldn't get your fingers as inky as what I have. So if you're new to my channel, I'm a paper crafter. I do paper crafting for a living. I sell all products involved in card making and scrapbooking. The company that I work for is called Stampin Up, and they are fantastic products. Their quality of their products is fantastic. So if you haven't heard about Stampin Up and you would like to learn more, please subscribe to my channel and turn on the notifications so you know every time I've uploaded a new video. And everything that I use is always current product, unless you're looking through my older videos, which some of the things may be retired. But normally with my videos, I use all current product. And everything can be purchased through my online store 24/7. So it's as easy as jumping onto my online store. The link down below will be in the show more box down below. You just click on that link, it will take you straight to the store. Or if there's a certain item that you've enjoyed today, say the stamp set, if you actually click on the actual description of the stamp set, the name of the stamp set, there's a link there, and that will link you straight to my online store with the stamp set, so straight to that stamp set. So there you go. I have made 6 quick, easy cards in not even 30 minutes. So that is how easy it can be to make multiple cards using our wonderful Stamparatus. So I hope you enjoyed the video today, and please give me the thumbs up if you like the video. And as I said, please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already done so, and turn on the notification, the little bell icon, so you make sure you get notified every time I do a live video. So thank you very much, and until next time, everybody, have a lovely time crafting and watch this channel. There'll be more videos to come. Bye for now.